Thanks for staying with us. Now, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that's Nnamdi Kanu
Biafra.
from Biafra, on Monday took a swipe at handling of the insecurity rising insecurity in Nigeria, accusing President Muhammadu Buhari of bias towards Fulani group. Kanu spoke after gunmen, which the police said were members of the prescribed indigenous people of Biafra group, attacked security facilities in Imo State capital, Owerri, early hours of Monday morning. Now, Kanu, in a tweet, claims that the prisoners should be free, that if Miyetti Allah terror headsmen, other murderous #Fulani group, including Boko Haram insurgents, can be arrested, freed, and rehabilitated by the neo-colonial Fulanized Nigerian president. Then the IPOB leader also said no single soul deserves to be in any prison in Nigeria. So tonight, we want to analyze this summation by Nnamdi Kanu as we ask rather if there ever should be a justification first for crime, and is the body language of our president interpreting support for this unending Boko Haram terror? You know, because it's one thing for you to say something, it's another thing for your body language to speak a different thing. So is it possible that Nnamdi's summation is based on the president's body language? Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow, or send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Okay, so who am I going to come to first?
Have your pick.
Let me come to Maury, because I kind of understand where is this coming from. Maury, let me hear you. Did we lose Maury again? Okay, so let me hear you, Isi. Okay. I hear we lost Maury.
Okay. Now, there are two ways we can look at this. Where a lot of people in Nigeria currently, we have different school of thoughts. The government, the president has actually said or done nothing to appease the pain of insecurity in Nigeria.
I think that's the wrong summation. Or
some people.
Okay, some people have said. Some people. Okay.
They are
that they are assuming
that the president has not done. Yes, have not done anything to actually assuage the pain of insecurity in Nigeria. Yes, the president has actually done something, but is it as effective as we thought it should be?
Is it enough?
That's been effective. The efficacy of it currently in Nigeria is non-existent, because they have done so much, but yet when it comes to the Fulanese, when it comes to herdsmen, the president is aloof. His body language is totally okay. He doesn't even say anything. I think that's the one that actually gets people worked up. And when the people are actually caught, they tell them, oh, let's rehabilitate them. So to a large extent, Nnamdi Kanu has a plus in what he has said. What he said, people will agree with him that yes, some people shouldn't be in prison based on what has happened, because we have terrorists terrorizing us every day, and which we have called bandits. We have these people terrorizing us every day, and nothing has been done. Now look at what happened in the East. Immediately it happened in the East. They sent the military enforcement down there. If this had been done when we wake up every morning, these days we don't even know when we go on our weekends and come back, there must be one story after the other. Either there has been some sort of kidnap, or there has been some sort of bombing, or something terrible has happened that also has to do with Nigerians' insecurity every weekend for the past few weeks. So it's so painful that we have a situation like this currently in Nigeria, and we feel that our president is not looking out for the interest of everybody in Nigeria. And look at another thing we also need to take into cognizance is this, that who is IPOB? Why was IPOB brought in? IPOB was actually brought in when there was so much insecurity. That's the word, banditry, going on in the East. And this group was formed to actually help.
Somehow to protect their people.
Create some sort of security for the people in the East. And this has actually helped them, because back then, I remember that if you go to Onitsha, by 7 o'clock, if you pass through that road, Upper Iweka, you will be robbed. But now you can actually go into Onitsha between any time of the day, walk around. I just left there as late as 9 p.m., 10 p.m. You are safe. So why would you say the same sect of people actually went out to actually do this dastardly act?
Yeah, is it founded? His what's it called? Him saying that it is linked to IPOB. Well, that's why we're having the conversation.
Absolutely. And another thing is this. IPOB has also come up with this, because I know one thing for sure is this. If they had actually done it, they would have done it a long time ago. Look at what happened in NSAS. NSAS was like a free-for-all. The moment the NSAS happened almost everywhere in Nigeria. It was a free-for-all. Why didn't they do it then? Why did they have to do it now? And from a security expert said something. He said that, well, let me see if I can dig out his comments currently. What he said had to do with having about, his name is Kabiru Adamu. He said that about 6.5 million ammunition is in circulation currently, and about 600,000 ammunition is in the hands of the legal personnel, security personnel. So we have about 5-point-something million ammunition at large.
Hallelujah.
How did they come into the country?
We know how they came now.
That is my point. How did this come into the country?
Who looked away?
Who looked away?
And who did they fire?
Why did they look away? Now, if I tell my father, okay, Daddy, there is I want something, or my brother beat me up, immediately he'll pounce to action, isn't it? But a situation whereby I go and meet my father and I tell my father, my brother beat me up and he doesn't do anything, what will my brother do? He'll do more.
Okay, let me hear Maury.
Currently.
Let me hear Maury. I see you are on fire today.
I'm upset. It's so
Hi,
painful.
Maury.
Hi, I was off for a while, so I missed some of you ladies' conversation, but you know, to just say the general idea that I had. You see, with Nigeria and the news, I just feel like for every news that we see, there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know. Like, there's always something that is triggering something, and they just give us, surface news, and then us will just be here stressing over, what we don't even know the full story. And as to Nnamdi Kanu's statement, I don't think that he meant his statement in literal terms. He's probably just trying to say that the government is focusing their attention on something that is less dangerous, so to say. Just like how if you see EFCC arresting like an internet fraudster, you see every Nigerian saying go and arrest the politicians instead. Not to say that what the fraudsters are doing is good or is right. It's just you people are focusing or challenging your energy on the lesser problem. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, it does, So I hear you trying to analyze, and I think it's also coming from a place, because if you notice, I think it was yesterday, the news went around that former President Obasanjo and the Sheikh Abubakar Gumi, they met and they were talking about, I mean, possibilities of getting these bandits off the road and rehabilitating them and all of that. So I wouldn't know, because the question is, in as much as I understand Nnamdi Kanu's sentiment, where he's coming from, his anger, his agitation, which is the fact that how can you, openly say you want to rehabilitate people that have carried weapons to directly harm innocent people, and of course, don't forget that in the jail system right now in Nigeria, in most of these prisons, we have a lot of people that have not been convicted. They're just there awaiting trial for years. Some of them did not even commit the crimes that they are in jail for. So I understand his sentiments where he would come out to say that, if people that are murderers and they are busy killing people all over the place and all of that are given amnesty, then no single person deserves, because it means that, what kind of crime else would you commit that would be above this, that would be deserving of you going to jail? But my question tonight is, should we continue like this? Because this is the typical Nigerian story, where all the time it seems like, and because EC did this, me if I will do my own.
Exactly.
And because this person stole, he went to this office and he has stolen money in the cookie jar. Me, if I want to go there and steal my own, because that has always been the narrative, that has always been the story that we have been pushing, and it has not helped anybody. So I would have thought that as a leader, you condemn whoever it is that is in charge of these things, you know, and then face the issue. Let us stop mixing issues. You understand? You must be able to isolate, strip it. Do you understand? This person has killed somebody. Let us deal with it. And these people that has gone to, because let me tell you now, whether we like it or not, because yesterday we were talking about the implications, the security implications of people that have been freed from all of this jail. Crime will increase. Innocent lives will be lost in all of these things. Do you understand? So there is absolutely no justification for you to say because these people are killing people and they are granting them amnesty, so definitely it is enough grounds for people to be freed from jail. I mean, there's no basis for that.
Wow.
But let me hear you.
Because the system has been politicized, has been tribalized, the politicalization of Nigeria has transcended across border to everything that has to do with Nigeria. Anything, look at the ministry agencies, look at the offices, go to anything that has to do with Nigeria has been politicized. So even if they decide to say, okay, I'm going to do my job, they will say, okay, the man at the top has said, you shouldn't do it. You are from my area, you are not from my area. Look at what, like I said, what happened in the East currently is because it is in the East. Anything can happen. You don't even know what is going on right now, what the soldiers are doing to the Easterners currently. So at the end of the day, everybody is feeling tribalized or marginalized, or there's some sort of extreme bias going on in the system. And you can sense it. Nobody is a toddler. Everybody in Nigeria, we all have adults.
So it means it seems like when it comes to a certain group of people, there's leniency.
There is leniency.
Leniency, and almost like
you look away. There is no immediate reaction. The moment it is from another set of people that doesn't belong to the people who you think are of interest to you, immediately is all hell has broken loose. So we need to look beyond politicalization of the system in Nigeria. We need to look beyond tribalization, because whether we like it or not, we are one. Whether we say it's a false marriage. Yes, it's a false marriage, but we can make it real. Because when a man and a woman marries, sometimes they don't even know themselves. At the end of the day, they end up loving each other. So why can't we in Nigeria, with our diverse culture, with our even the North cannot live without the South, and the South cannot live without it. Look at what happened during food insecurity. We had problems, serious problem. They couldn't sell their goods. We couldn't get food to buy. So at the end of the day, it's a symbiotic relationship. We should be in sync.
Let me come to Maury. But do you think, analyzing the current president, Muhammadu Buhari, since he came into power in 2015, Maury, do you think truly it seems like this Fulani set of, this set of people from the northern region, do you think it seems, do you feel the same way that it seems like they are being favored, or they are being, given so much, what's it called, relevance? Because it seems like as soon as the president came into power, that's when a lot of everything around, Fulani headsmen,
the favorite child decided to dance
it just
and make
kept
a lot of
increasing
noise.
and all that. Do you think that is the real cause? Do you think so? Do you have that same sentiment?
No, to put it straight, yes, to be very honest. If I'm going to judge by everything that I'm seeing on the internet, like never ever in the world have I heard a president of an entire nation granting amnesty to terrorists that have taken lives. It can never make sense to me. I can never I don't care if sometimes when people make decisions, I try to just maybe understand where they are coming from. So I'm thinking that maybe because he feels like the Fulani part of Nigeria has been suppressed for maybe a long time, so he just wants. I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
So he just wants to maybe them and then put them in the okay. Now, so let me give you an example now, right? So if a man and a woman, if I'm HR for instance, and there's the opening for the opening, a man and a woman comes. To be very honest with you, right? I'm going to give the woman space first. Like, wow me, let me see. But it is not enough reason for me to give you the job. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you're a woman, I know
You're
that
just sentimental towards women.
there's very little space for us. I'm going to give you the ground, but you have to be. It has to be. You have to be more than just being a woman. You have to let me know that you can do the job. So I get that he's maybe trying to bring them up, or because they've been suppressed for a very long time, but he's doing it the wrong way. There is no reason to justify granting amnesty to terrorists. I can't ever wrap my head around it.
Okay, but what do you think should have been the approach the president that would have made, that would make sense to you, that he is not being sentimental, or he's not being biased, or he's not being tribalistic, or trying to favor these people that are northerners? What would that language, what would that have been for you? That language, that body language.
Let her take it first.
Go ahead, Bori.
I was going to say I didn't understand the question.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that if you were to say, okay, this is showing to me that you are not biased, you know, that you are actually, what's it called? You are neutral when it comes to every tribe and every religion, rather, you know, in Nigeria. What would that action, what would it have been for you if the president had taken a kind of stance or a kind of action? What's an idea of that action that would make you feel that he's unbiased?
To be honest, well, I think that the president of Nigeria is biased. He favors the northerners and he doesn't hide it, you know. But in a situation where people are saying that you are biased, the least that you can do is hold a press conference to give us a reason behind why you're doing all these things. You know, say that, oh, the reason, like have a reason, like Nigerians are quite understanding, you know, as irrational as we may be sometimes. All we need is a little accountability. If you say that you are not favoring these people, come out and say the reason why I'm doing this is this. And I feel like we understand. But, you know, the president just does things. Anybody that wants to die, let them die. He doesn't care. He will not give you an example. And there's nothing anybody can do about it, sadly.
Okay, let me hear.
So to answer your question, I think that a press conference with detailed explanation, might be reasonable.
Yeah, would have given you some form of succor that, okay, he cares about every other person. Okay, let me hear. Okay. What would have been
as
your...
a child, when the president was the head of state,
yes.
I was a little girl, and at the time there was war against indiscipline. And one thing actually struck me back then, who was doing most of the talking? It was Idiagbon. Idiagbon did most of the talking. Let's call a spade a spade. He didn't really say much at the time. So I think he's like the Moses and an Aaron issue, okay, currently. So if he couldn't express himself or say things the way we want him to say it, then he should have given us a spokesperson who would have been able to stand in and give us the feedback which we expected from him, which was what he did when he was the head of state back then. If we had the Buhari we had back then, or the president we had back then, I think we would have had a better understanding of him not being biased. We would have felt, okay, he was carrying us along as a nation.
He already has a good deputy now, so why you not just let the person do the work?
He isn't... let me use, until he did not hand over to deputy.
When he was
let me speak Nigerian.
He said he can work from anywhere.
He said he can work from anywhere thanks to cyber, what's it called? Internet. But look, the key thing here is this, that he's not the vocal type. We can see it. We know it. He's not the vocal type. Since he's not the vocal type, then he should have given us someone.
But do you really have to be a vocal type to show to people that you care about them? I don't think so.
I
understand you that he's not an expressive person.
He's not an expressive person. So even at that, we want him, Maurice said something about us listening to him giving us feedback, keeping us abreast of the situation. How many times have we had our president talk?
But has there been any apart from the time where he said that if you see anybody holding any gun or whatever, just shoot them down. Apart from that one, that recent talking tough, he's really never really talked tough against, you know, insurgency. Okay, you know what? Let's just take a break because we need to open our phone lines and hear from our audience. Let's analyze this Nnamdi Kanu statement because there is a lot of there are a lot of things to pick from it. But the truth is that I will still stand that no matter what happens, we can't throw the baby on the bathwater, and we cannot use crime to fight crime.
To fight another crime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But stay with us. We'll be right back.